What's up everybody, Justin Watches Movies here for the review of Pet Sematary. This is the new Stephen King adaptation. This is also a new remake of a film. There was one in the 80s and there was also a sequel to Pet Sematary. This stars Jason Clarke as Dr. Lewis Creed. Him and his family, Rachel his wife, and their two kids Ellie and Gage move to Maine where they discover a pet cemetery in their backyard. One day, Lewis finds their cat Church dead and discovers that the pet cemetery brings things back to life, and he learns that sometimes dead is better. I was really looking forward to the movie Pet Sematary. I enjoyed the first film. I think it is a truly heartbreaking movie with some good jump scares, so I was looking forward to seeing what they could do differently with this movie. And there are some things that are a bit different from the book as well as that movie. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but there are some notable differences throughout this movie. One thing I could praise about Pet Sematary is the acting. It is an improvement over the original film. Jason Clarke does a great job in this movie. He's very quiet, but he handles moments of grief and loss very well. He would do what any father would do in this situation. I thought Jason Clarke's performance was really good. It was very emotional at times when it called for it, and when there needed to be some action scenes, he got involved as well. Now, the wife had a lot to do in this movie. If you've seen the original movie and read the story, she has a troubled backstory, and I think she handled all of her emotional scenes very well. We have a young star in here who plays Ellie, and I also think she did a great job. I found her character to be very interesting. She wanted to know more about death, which played into the theme of Pet Sematary and allowed for her character to progress a little more than others. Now, Pet Sematary does have some generic jump scares. The first Pet Sematary movie had some jump scares as well. Some of them were earned, some of them just felt pretty pointless. Pet Sematary, this new remake, is filled with a lot of jump scares from a cat popping out of somewhere or something appearing out of nowhere. Sometimes it does feel a little bit generic with its jump scares, but sometimes also it relies on those jump scares to progress the story a little bit. One thing I did think that was lacking from this movie is the emotions from the characters. We do feel the sadness from the father if you have seen any of the trailers, but towards the end of the movie, I was expecting some big emotional weight to the film that I felt in the first movie, and I just did not get that in this movie. At times, it wanted to be sad and emotional, but as a whole, and what I was hoping for, I did not get that emotional punch to this movie. And this movie could have been really sad with its really good acting, some of its darker themes. I felt like it could have been a really emotional roller coaster of a movie, but it never reached that level that I wanted it to be. Overall, I thought Pet Sematary was a decent horror film. It is a good Stephen King adaptation. I really enjoyed the acting in this movie, from the young stars to Jason Clarke. Some of the backstory for some of the characters and the progression for the characters as well was something that I found to be interesting. But overall, I want this movie to be an emotional movie because it deals with death a lot and young kids, and that could be something truly heartbreaking like the first movie was, and I feel like I just did not get that. And that's what I was anticipating for this movie to be, something emotional, but it lacked it. I'm gonna go ahead and give the new Pet Sematary movie a B-. What'd you think of this new Pet Sematary movie? Stay tuned this week and I'll be ranking all 3 of the Pet Sematary movies as well. Check out right over here 10 Stephen King movies that you need to watch right now after this video. My name is JustinWatchesMovies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.